Have you ever stopped, cup in hand, and actually thought about the journey of your morning coffee? I mean, granted, before that first sip, most of us are barely thinking at all, right? But seriously, ask yourself, what exactly is your everyday purchase really funding on the other side of the globe? It's a question that literally has the power to change the world. So, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be unpacking the global ripple effect of fair trade practices. Basically, we'll be doing a little tutorial on what happens when ethics and economics actually collide. We're going to break down the research to see how these global systems operate behind the scenes. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. First, defining fair trade practices. Second, empowering workers and communities. Third, protecting our planet. And fourth, voting with your wallet. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, defining fair trade practices, the core rules. Okay, let's dive right into this. At its absolute core, fair trade is a strict set of rules. We are talking guaranteed fair wages, safe working conditions, environmental protection, and a really hard, strict ban on child and forced labor. This isn't just some vague corporate suggestion, right? It's a firm mandate. And honestly, it's the vital baseline for everything else we're going to cover today. Moving right along to Section 2, empowering workers and communities, the human impact. Let's look at coffee producers to start. Coffee is a daily staple for millions of us, but the farmers actually growing those beans, well, historically, they've been incredibly vulnerable to massive, unpredictable swings in the global market. But because fair trade producers are guaranteed a minimum price, they're insulated from those sudden, devastating market drops. And you guys, this guarantee is absolutely everything. It ensures they always have a stable, predictable income to actually support their families, rather than just being left at the mercy of wildly volatile trading markets. Now, the financial benefits don't actually stop at the individual farmer. Fair trade introduces this really cool concept called the fair trade premium. This is essentially an extra sum of money collected from product sales that is specifically set aside not just for the farmer, but for the entire community. And what this premium does is actively build physical essential infrastructure. We're talking about funding new schools for local children, healthcare facilities, and really crucial local infrastructure like roads and bridges. It literally creates this rising tide that lifts everyone in the area. It's a real game changer. And this empowerment goes even deeper. Fair trade also fundamentally ensures that women are treated as equal stakeholders. So that means guaranteed equal access to opportunities, fair training, and active leadership roles in workplace decision-making. Basically, fundamental equality is baked right into the whole business model. Okay, Section 3, protecting our planet, the ecological impact. So fair trade doesn't just protect people, it integrates directly with environmental sustainability too. It promotes organic farming methods, it strictly mandates the reduction of harmful pesticides, and it requires some seriously rigorous environmental standards. Plus, there's a really heavy focus on the responsible management of our planet's limited natural resources. To see this ecological impact in action, let's take a look at fair trade tea companies as a great example. Many of these tea companies focus on the entire life cycle of the product, right? Not just the farming side of things. They actively choose sustainable packaging, utilizing recycled or biodegradable materials. And why do they do that? Well, to explicitly lower their environmental footprint and just slash unnecessary waste. It's all about maintaining a lasting balance with nature and safeguarding those precious resources for future generations. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, voting with your wallet, the consumer's power. Let's look at fair trade chocolate. As you might know, the global cocoa industry has historically faced some massive, well-documented challenges when it comes to exploitative labor. Because consumer awareness is absolutely vital, fair trade labels use really transparent marketing. They frequently run campaigns specifically highlighting their strict ban on child labor in cocoa production. By seeing these labels, buyers like us are educated on the real social consequences of what we're buying. It basically means you can enjoy some high-quality chocolate with the total peace of mind that you are supporting a highly ethical cause. No guilt attached. So the crucial point is, this all boils down to ethical consumption. As shoppers become more conscious, these certifications act as a trusted symbol. By choosing products that follow fair trade rules, you kind of stop being just a passive buyer. Instead, you become an active participant in building a more equal and responsible global economy. Every single purchase is a literal vote cast with your money. It creates this remarkably powerful, accelerating cycle. First,
Clear labels empower consumers with awareness. Then, consumers use that knowledge to make smart, ethical decisions. And finally, this triggers a massive chain reaction. By consistently choosing ethical goods, we actively encourage or even force more businesses to adopt these practices, which physically shifts the entire market toward a better, more sustainable future.
Which leaves us right back where we started, with you standing in the grocery aisle. We've seen how fair wages empower communities, how strict standards protect the earth, and how your awareness can literally shift entire global markets. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. The next time you shop, how will you cast your vote? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep asking questions about the world around you.